Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and Merry Christmas! I am here in my kitchen doing yet another cooking video. Since the last one was so popular and we even got some more demand, thought I'd do it again. But this time, I'm going to do something a little more Christmas themed. I mean, it makes sense considering my last video where I made the turkey and the turkey stew, that was all Thanksgiving. Now, it's Christmas. So what Christmas delicacy am I making this time? I am making a treat that I have never actually made before, nor have I tried. But for years, I have been curious about trying it out.
What am I talking about?
Turkish Delights from the Chronicles of Narnia.
The Mystery Rider! That's not a Christmas movie! Yes, it is.
Has Santa Claus in it. They literally say, Merry Christmas in it. So, how do you make it? I'm actually following the recipe from the Dish Shorts video that you can find on YouTube. So basically what you're going to need to do is 4 cups of sugar. And then you're going to have 1/2 cup of water.
Very nice.
There's a reason why I'm doing this in my own kitchen instead of at my parents' place like last time. You see, I'm actually doing a little bit of lemon juice. Now, I'm only needing a tiny bit, about a teaspoon or so. And apparently, my parents' place have marble countertops. And citrus acid and lemon juice is bad for marble top countertops. It'll eat away at the marble over time. Unfortunately, I can't do it at their place, which they have a much nicer kitchen than I do. But
Worry not.
we're going to need 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to need 1 tablespoon of lemon zest.
If I can get it out.
You know what? Screw it. Close enough.
I'm not a professional.
I think that ought to do it. You want to put that on high. Once that starts boiling, you're going to put it back on medium heat until, this says right here, 240 to 250. Now, while you wait for it to boil, it is important to whisk.
Continuously.
Or so I heard. Again, this is my first time ever doing this. You're in this journey with me. This turns out to be a train wreck. The best way that I found to get it up to temperature quick is to just keep stirring.
Just keep stirring, just keep stirring, just keep stirring, stirring, stirring.
Ooh, yeah. Alright, let's try that. Almost there. Just gotta whisk it fast. Whisk it! Whisk it good. Might get splashed a little bit if you go that fast. And we got it! Alright. We just got to almost 243 degrees. Now it's time to get that off the stove and on to step 2. Now we got ourselves our bigger pot. First, 1 cup of cornstarch. Bam!
What the?
1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And 3 cups of water. And just like before, we're going to put that on high.
And we're going to whisk, 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 whisk away, whisk away, whisk, whisk, whisk away.
Until that bad boy
Thickens up.
This might take a while. That did not take as long as I thought it would, actually. That only took a few minutes. Now, we are left with this gelatinous mass in the pot. And this is the part in where you get that down to medium heat, and you continue to whisk, and you're going to just add your sugar mixture.
Slowly.
Ever so slowly, bit by bit. And you're going to do this for about 45 minutes.
Bubble, bubble, toiling bubble.
Ooh. Probably can't see that on camera. I'm not quite at the 45-minute mark yet, but we are at the moment in where I believe it is solidified enough that we can add our flavorings and our food coloring. I guess you can leave it with the lemon flavor that comes naturally with the lemon juice and lemon zest. But a very popular flavor of Turkish Delights is rose water. Now, if you don't want rose water, you can also go with orange blossom, blood orange, anything like that. Heck, I've even seen, while doing research for this recipe, I have found videos in where, in traditional Turkish Delights, or lokum as they're called, you can cover them with nuts, chocolate, any kind of flavors, and you can use any kind of food coloring you want. But for today, Today I'm being basic. I'm going with pure vanilla extract. And for my food coloring, I couldn't find the liquid kind, unfortunately, but I found these gel kind.
Fingers crossed that they work.
Now, I'm going to use a little bit of this pink food coloring. Why pink? Because my body actually cannot digest red food coloring. Unfortunately, I could never enjoy the red Kool-Aid as a child. Let's just go ahead and... But we don't want too much. Not too much. Just a couple drops. That should do it. And then, that rich vanilla flavor. Now we stir it up, stir it up. That's smelling good. It's looking good too. It has a nice little kind of orangey pink hue to it. I almost forgot. During the 45-minute process, you're supposed to be doing it at low heat now. Not medium heat, low heat.
That makes more sense.
Luckily, we didn't get too far along.
This is a learning process.
It's slime! Get it? Ghostbusters 2? Ghostbusters 2? It's not that bad of a movie, actually. I like that movie. The new Ghostbusters movie looks pretty good, though. So yeah, I'm going to let this cook probably another 30 minutes or so. Low heat. Stirring it at this point has become a workout. I mean, look how thick it's gotten. Whoo! Whoo! Look at that. 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 I'm having too much fun with this. Hard to believe I still got another 20 or so minutes of this. I can see why people are hesitant to make this.
Because it's tiring.
45 minutes are up. And as you can see, our gelatinous blob has formed into this springy substance. Now that that's out of the way, get yourself an 8-inch, or in my case, an 8.5 by 8.5 inch baking pan, lined with parchment paper and a thin layer of vegetable oil. Take your spatula, pour that bad boy in. After quite a bit of struggle, I managed to get it in the pan. I know it does not look that appetizing, and yes, I know it did not fill it up quite as much as I thought it would. But, unfortunately, I think the issue was it solidified too much before I put it in the pan. Next time, I definitely suggest doing it when it's more
Liquefied.
What you're going to do now is simply leave this overnight to solidify even further until it's in even more of a gummy state, which means no direct sunlight. And once again, I will see you guys later. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the video. Yes, we have allowed our Turkish delight to rest overnight. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not going to win any beauty awards, and you'd be right. Admittedly, it looks like one of those fake vomits that you would buy at like a toy store or something. Maybe I should have used a different colored food coloring instead.
Or maybe I should have just not used any food coloring whatsoever.
But luckily, it was surprisingly easy to get out of the baking pan. We got that going for us. So the next step is to take half a cup of powdered sugar and 1/4 cup of cornstarch and sift it through into a bowl, like so.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Try not to make a mess while you're at it. Want to go take a knife cut it into bite-sized pieces. Definitely seems to break away like Turkish delight, from what I've seen in the video. Look at that though. Ooh, almost looks like a raw piece of chicken.
That's what you want to hear when making treats.
I should not be saying that about a candy. Okay, well, one last chunk to do. Hey, you want to cook this at a barbecue? Yeah, so I honestly do think that I made a few mistakes while making this, but honestly, it is turning out a lot better than I thought. It's just a pain. It's an absolute pain. But it does break away rather easily once you get the knife in there. Basically what you want to do is just chop and pull. You will also, yeah, look how sticky that stuff is. Ugh. I don't want to let that soak in the sink for a while. All right, now that we got our powdered mixture, the recipe usually calls for them to be sprinkled over the top, but I have a better idea. I want an equal distribution of powder on all sides. Let's say do it like a few at a time. Oh yeah, once you get that powder on, the stickiness immediately goes away. And there you have it. A lovely piece of Turkish delight, or lokum. Wow, look at that. Wow. As soon as you get the mixture on, the stickiness goes away.
It was in this moment he knew the error of his ways.
Maybe that's why they said to sprinkle a little bit on top first. It's a learning experience. So next, you want to get yourself a plate and set these bad boys on. And again, just don't try to make a mess about it. There we go. I have to admit, once you get the powdered sugar mixture on them, oh, they look so much better. And they're so much easier to handle. But the beauty of cooking is that it's a learning experience. So yeah, you're not going to get it right the first time. But you know what?
That's life.
You're not always going to get it right the first time.
Make sure you dust it up a little bit.
See, watch. For example, look at that. Look how sticky that is upon first contact. See how it doesn't want to do that? Boom. Put that in there. Here we go now. Here we go now. Oh yeah. Look at that. And now look at that. See? Doesn't even want to stick together anymore. It's amazing. And we are finally done. Now, all that's left to do is the taste test. Mmm. That's amazing. I can see why Edmund wanted to betray his family for these. Probably could use a little less vanilla. But apart from that, it practically melts in your mouth. Thank you all for stopping by. This has been the Mystery Writer speaking, and until next time, Merry Christmas!